about that night.
You can't do this! What just happened?
It's like you're afraid if I don't do everything perfectly, you're gonna lose me.
Oh, baby, I'm afraid even if you do everything perfectly, I'm gonna lose you.
What's your name?
Tandy. And his name was...
Yeah, Tyrone. Don't shoot!
Wait, are you that kid?
Hey YouTubers, surprise, Cloak and Dagger TV show just dropped a trailer, so let's break this down. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a Marvel giveaway just because it's cool that they dropped this. It's kind of unexpected. So all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. It's for one of the Spider-Man action figures. And the interesting coincidence here is that Cloak and Dagger debuted in a Spider-Man comic book way back. So I'll explain the MCU connections and Easter eggs in this too. But also, like the Spider-Man Homecoming series, these are younger versions of the character. So you have young Peter Parker in the MCU, you have young Cloak and Dagger in the MCU. And just to be clear, this is a TV series on the Freeform network, which used to be called ABC Family, and it's not debuting till 2018. That could be spring, that could be fall. They have not said. So this is all from the pilot episode. They're doing their powers much earlier. I'll explain their comic book origins because it's a little bit different. So what happened is they both wound up being runaways. Tyrone Johnson, Cloak, ran away when he was about 17 years old after he was unable to stop his friend from being shot by police because of a speech impediment. Tandy Bowen, Dagger, ran away from her supermodel mother who was too caught up in her celebrity lifestyle and was a really shitty mom. So she ran away from home and wound up on the street. Tyrone wound up on the street. They ran into each other. He considered robbing her, but then they hit it off. They had dinner and they became friends. So because she was kind of innocent, he tried to protect her as they tried to live on the streets for a while. Eventually, they got an offer to earn some money by being test subjects in a science experiment. The experiment is what gave them their powers. So because you see the Roxxon sign in this, that's one of the MCU Easter eggs from Agent Carter. What that might mean is because you see this offshore oil rig going down and then her car going off and Tyrone jumping in to save her, there might be some sort of toxic chemicals, Stan Lee type of origin story whereby Roxxon poison or some crazy Roxxon accident gives them their powers, because either they get their powers here or they're born with them. That could be another change from the comics. Just remains to be seen. We'll get that information eventually. But Roxxon is sort of like a catch-all big bad corporation for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They've been using it mostly with the TV shows. It was a big thing on Agent Carter. It was a big thing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they're like this giant natural resources company that just completely destroys the earth trying to earn every bit of money that they can. So the other big Easter egg that I haven't seen anybody talking about, and it's way bigger, is that Cloak's power enables him to channel the Dark Force dimension. So the Dark Force dimension was something they did on the Agent Carter TV show. It was basically this semi-intelligent form of energy that just caused this great hunger in a character called Madame Mask, Whitney Frost. So the accident that gives Cloak his powers just basically turns him into a conduit for the Dark Force. So he's able to use it to teleport. That's what you see happen later in the trailer when he just wakes up on the rooftop after it seems like he's getting ready to get shot by this police officer who's another big character on the series, but I don't know if he's going to be someone from the comics. He can also create a field of darkness that leeches people's life force, so he has this constant hunger that Dagger, with her light-based ability, is able to help quench. So like over in the DC universe, it's kind of like Killer Frost and Firestorm going out with each other. Their powers kind of cancel each other out. So it's kind of the same thing with Cloak and Dagger. So like when normal people actually come into Cloak's field of darkness, they start to lose their life force. But if they're traveling with Dagger, she can also project a light field that'll protect them. So that's one of the really big reasons and explanations for why they always come together. Yes, they're in love. Yes, they're a couple, but she is the only person who can actually get close to him without losing their life force. So what it looks like is happening in this is because they're really young, they're still figuring their powers out. Like, she doesn't seem like she completely understands what's going on when she shanks this dude with this light dagger when he's getting all pervy on her. So the only characters that they've confirmed for the series are most of the ones that appear in this trailer. So you have Cloak and Dagger, you have their parents, and then you have a couple other antagonistic characters revolving around them. There's a character called Liam, no last name, who's supposed to be Dagger's boyfriend, and they say criminal partner. So you kind of see this weird thing going on in the trailer where it looks like Dagger's kissing other men. It looks like they're trying to scam money out of really rich people. So there's a little explaining to go on with that. So like when you see someone pull out that wad of $100 bills, that's all part of her storyline, not Cloak's storyline. They don't bump into each other till later in the trailer where it's just sort of a casual meeting while they're both on the run. Like you see her hold up here in this abandoned church. It looks like at some point in the episode she leaves home, she runs away like she does in the comics, then they run into each other, and you see him running through a graveyard here. So the big villain that's chasing them is either somebody that we haven't seen in the trailer, or it's this cop that looks like he's getting ready to kill Cloak earlier in the trailer, because he's called Connors and they just call him an intimidating detective with a secret. So I don't know if he's a comic book character either. But there's not a lot of information in this trailer. It's just meant to show you what their powers can do, how they come together, and kind of the drama that's going on in their own lives. So they're kind of like two down and out on their luck teens who hit the streets, bump into each other, start helping out, become friends, and then eventually become a couple. But they have these crazy powers, and if you didn't know, there's another Marvel TV show on the same network called New Warriors, so you're probably familiar with them from the comics. But that series is completely different. It's going to be a comedy, and Squirrel Girl will be one of the main characters. So there might be crossover between Cloak and Dagger and New Warriors, but the tone of both of those shows seem dramatically different. This does seem like it's happening in New York, so it seems like it has a lot of parody with Daredevil with the Netflix series, just way darker and grittier. New Warriors as a comedy sounds like it's going to be very different, but because they're on the same network and they're both Marvel shows, that means they could cross over. So let me know what you guys think about this. I honestly was not a huge fan of Cloak and Dagger in the comics, but there was this funny time during Infinity War where Cloak tried to cloak Thanos and leech his life force. Did not go well for him. Thanos was way too powerful for that. They'll probably bring it to Comic-Con, release another trailer, announce more about the series. I'm expecting it to be about 13 episodes. I don't think it'll be longer than that because Freeform doesn't really do like 24 episode seasons like a lot of other networks. But think of it more as sort of like the Daredevil Netflix version of a more younger version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the way that Spider-Man is a younger spin on that side of the MCU. So leave all your questions in the comments below. I'll probably talk more about the New Warriors TV show. There's the Runaways TV show too, but that's on Hulu, so it's a different network. So there are a lot of younger Marvel characters that are hitting TV series really soon. But what's going to happen next is I was originally going to do Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther footage, so I'll do that as soon as possible. It might post later tonight. If not, it'll just post early tomorrow morning. So all kinds of crazy Marvel stuff happening this week. It's going to be awesome. While you wait for that to post, click here to learn all about Spider-Man in the 4th Avengers film and the Captain Marvel preview Marvel released, and click here for that Superman prequel TV trailer for Krypton. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.